Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Kelly and I film nursing videos here on YouTube. You can go ahead and subscribe below if you aren't already. Today I want to talk to you guys about the NCLEX. It's kind of scary, it's kind of exciting, it's kind of horrifying, it's kind of anxiety driven, and it's kind of confusing. So I want to talk to you about two things about the NCLEX just for today. I want to talk to you guys about how to apply to the BRN to get your license, and then how to study for the NCLEX. The first thing I want to talk about is how to apply to the BRN to get your application through to even register to take the NCLEX. This is kind of confusing. I know that a lot of the people in my school kind of struggled with it, so I just want to kind of lay it out for you guys. There's 4 to 5 pretty easy steps that you'll be following. The first is you're going to go to www.rn.california.gov. This is if you live in California. I would imagine it's similar if you live in other states. And you're going to fill out an application. This application has like your name, social, driver's license number, all that good stuff. And then also there it'll give you some instructions about 2 other things that you need to do with your application, and that is to get a live scan, which is fingerprints, and you need to get a passport type photo. You can get that at like CVS, Walgreens, the post office, Costco, those kinds of places. And then you need to get your fingerprints done, and I think ours was like, I think we paid $69 for our fingerprints at my school. There's a list of acceptable places on the website that you can get them done, and you're going to either send in the hard copy of the fingerprints and your passport photo into the BRN separately, or you can upload them to your application online. And to apply for this part, it's $150, and then plus the live scan, it came to over $200 just to apply to the BRN. And then if you want an intern permit, I believe it's an additional $50. The second step is you're going to start collecting transcripts. Now these transcripts need to be official, and they need to come from all the schools you took prereqs at for your nursing school, and as well as your official nursing classes at your nursing school. So the first thing to do is to go to any community colleges you went to, or if you went to just one college the whole time, you want to get a transcript printed out of all of the different places you took classes. So anatomy, physiology, micro, those kinds of things. Request a copy of those, get them sent to you. At my school, then we turned them into the office. And then at the place where you actually took nursing transcripts, the BRN doesn't want those transcripts unless you have your degree posted, which is going to take a while, because after you graduate, then the school starts to process your degree. Maybe if you go to a private school, it's faster, but at San Jose State, it took forever. It took about a month for them to process everything and approve my transcripts and approve my degree. So when I applied to the BRN, I also requested those transcripts for like 5 months out when they would be processed and sent through. And then once that was done, I had it sent to the nursing office so they could send it to the BRN in Sacramento and process everything. The next thing you want to do in this early stage, so my last semester of nursing school was January, I did all of those things that I've talked about so far in February, and I also did this very important step in February, and that is paying Pearson. Pearson is the book company. The textbooks are ridiculously expensive, so of course you're going to expect the NCLEX to be ridiculously expensive as well, and you're right, it costs $200 to take the NCLEX each time you take it. So for some reason you failed the first time, you have to pay an additional $200 to take it again. So this is something you also want to do early on, is pay Pearson VUE, which is VEU. You're going to go to that website, you can type in Pearson NCLEX, and you're going to pay that $200 early on, because if you don't pay it till later, after the BRN has processed all your information, you won't be able to sign up for the test until you take it, and you won't even know that you're ready to sign up for the test unless you have paid them. So pay that really early on, that's very important. And then the 4th step is to wait. And that's not the fun part. You're finishing up, you're finally done with nursing school. You have your application to the BRN, they have your transcripts, they have your live scan fingerprints, they have your passport photo, and they have your Pearson VUE payment. Then they're going to send you your authorization to test. and this is a very exciting day. For me, this took about a month after I graduated to get all this information through, and this is only because my school had us do all these things quickly. We started out in the very beginning, like 5 months ahead of time. I think it's going to be like a total of like 7 months before I actually took the NCLEX to when we were doing all of this. As far as we understand, the BRN takes the schools they have received and just does them in order. So if they received UCLA first, UCLA is getting processed and shipped through. It takes a long time for them to do it because they are government run and they don't have a lot of funds and they can't hire extra people to help. So even when you call them, it might take a really long time. So just be prepared, get your stuff done quickly, therefore you can get your numbers quickly, and just be on top of it because it's really important, and that's why I decided to make this video about it, because it's kind of confusing as well. The fifth step is that Pearson VUE is going to send you your authorization to test. You can then go to their website and sign up for the NCLEX. I suggest you do that immediately because spots do fill up quickly here in California. I was able to sign up maybe June 28th, and the first day down here in San Diego was July 28th. So get on it, sign up for a day. You can always push your test date back if needed or change the date. My friend who's up in the South Bay area, she said that to change her date it didn't cost anything. However, when I go to click to change my date, it says it's going to charge me. So I'm going to stick with the day I have and just not deal with changing it. So those are the steps that you guys need to take to apply to the BRN and Pearson VUE to get the sign up for your NCLEX, which does take a while, is just what I'm trying to stress, is that everything takes a long time, so make sure you allow plenty of time and get your stuff done early and quick and get it in. One quick thing I want to talk about is the resources I'm using to study for the NCLEX. I'm using Kaplan. Kaplan's a good resource I am finding out so far. It's really expensive, so it's something you kind of got to think about and budget in, especially with you already paying about $500 to the BRN and Pearson VUE to get all this other stuff done. Adding an additional $500 to $400 on it is really expensive. I did split my Kaplan course with one of my friends. I'm going to make a separate video about like the specific resources I used. I'm going to talk about splitting Kaplan with a friend. I don't know if Kaplan will like that, but it's working for us so far. So I bought this book here. It's the Saunders Comprehensive Review Book for RN. Make sure you get the one that says RN and not the one that says PN on it. That's Practical Nurse. Unless you're getting a practical nursing license, you need the purple book and not the orange book. I made the mistake of buying the orange book first and then the purple book, and it was really expensive. It comes with an online bank of questions as well as a book full of content, which is really great for those people who read and feel like they need a content review. I personally don't need a content review, but I'll get into that into the next video. The next resource I'm using is Picmonic. Picmonic it's like picture mnemonics. So it's a website. They have a whole bunch of nursing things. Like they've got tons and tons of topics. Basically, it puts pictures to the words so you can remember what the concept is or what the drug is, and then how to and all the different things about it. The other resource I'm using is the NCLEX Mastery RN app on my phone. It's free to download. You can also upgrade it, I think, for like $20. Sometimes they have sales for $10 that they'll send to your email address. Those are really great. It gives you a lot of great rationales. Let's say they ask you a question about anemia. The answer section isn't going to tell you whether you got it right or wrong. It's also going to tell you about different types of anemia and how this one compares to the other ones. So just as an example, it's got really great review. I really enjoy it. You can do it on the go, anywhere, in line, at the grocery store, when you're waiting to pick somebody up. It's a really great resource, and it's also free, and then it's also cheap if you want to pay a little bit more for it. So those are the 4 resources I have used. I've also heard really good things about UWorld, which is the letter U, and then World. It's an online test bank. Some of the people in my class have had really good luck with that. I just didn't hear about it in time, and I'm taking the test next week. So if I was taking the test in the future, maybe I would go out and buy it, but I'm taking the test next week, so I'm not going to spend $60 for a month when I'm only going to use it for a week, and plus I have more Kaplan and Saunders questions left that I haven't used. And one quick thing about Saunders and Kaplan is that you don't have to buy the book, and you also don't have to buy the whole online Kaplan course. You can also just purchase the question bank questions online, which might have been a better option for me for both of those, but I'll talk more about that next time. It's less expensive to do it that way, and if you just like questions and questions and questions and you don't need the content review, or you don't want a class from Kaplan, then that's also a good way to go. So those are the resources I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and review them next time. And I'll also tell you guys my NCLEX review experience, my NCLEX experience, and just what it was like, and if I passed or not. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them below. I do check my questions pretty often, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!